Well, Deputy Sheriff Castleberry, I'm here to bail Goose out against my will. So what we got him locked up in here?
We've got him isolated right here. Both of them are in here.
All right, let's see what we got here. Here's their cell. Oh, wow. We got him. I thought you guys didn't want to be bunk mates.
Are you mailing this out?
Well, let me tell you. We took up a collection, and you wouldn't believe how many concerned citizens there were.
3?
That's why I was surprised to find out. We might have 3 viewers.
Channel 7.
I got $3, and then I threw in another 50 cents, and that was enough to bail you out. Now, by the way, once you get out, I want my 50 cents back.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to our second show, part 2 at the Utah County Jail. We're in an actual cell right now, right Neil?
Yes, we are.
And you tell me this is actually a big one?
This is larger than most of the standard cells, yes.
Well,
this is a...
celebrities.
Yeah,
They're celebrities. I expect as much.
You know what I'm thinking?
You know, let's shut the door on him and get out of here right now.
You know what I'm thinking? This would be a deterrent for me. And this little, how big's the room?
This one's probably about 9 by 10.
9 by 10, and as you can see, guys, no privacy, and doing bathroom.
Oh my gosh, how long you been holding it there, Rob?
Let me tell you, Bryce, you know what's a deterrent for me is having this as my cellmate. It makes me never want to go to jail.
See, that's another thing. What happens if you don't like your cellmate? Neil?
That's not your choice. You don't choose who you're staying with when you're here.
Oh, wow. So if you get 2 guys that are at each other?
We'll generally take action before it gets to that point. And we'll do some changes.
Wow.
Hey, Rob, does Goose snore? Or does he honk?
Now, what do we got here?
That's your work table.
Work table?
Any kind of correspondence, homework, programming that you're going to do it there.
I still can't believe there's no privacy in here.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, wait for me!
Hey, remember when you wouldn't bail me out in show number 1?
Oh man, is this payback? Guys, hey! Let me out! Come on, this isn't funny.
Thanks for bailing us.
Oh wait, someone's at the door. Hey Goose, did you come and get me out?
Hey, remember that 50 cents I owe you?
Oh, hey, no problem, you can keep it. Just let me out, man.
Okay, buddy, here we go. I finally got a key.
Oh,
Freedom.
wow. It's like I was in the world's smallest racquetball court in there.
Hey, you
I
know
want
what?
that 50 cents back.
You know what? See, Bryce,
What?
I think people's wondering this too. What was going through your head in there?
Yeah, I'll tell you, when that door closed, and I knew it locked, even though I knew I was doing this for TV, it actually made me feel nervous. You know, I'm trying to be the man, trying to run a camera here, and have some fun with it, but I gotta tell you, it was no fun. I'm totally serious when I tell you I felt not just claustrophobic, I actually had sort of a nervous anxiety. It was like, wow, I don't like this. Emotionally and almost to my nervous system, I have to tell you, it was an interesting feeling. I've never felt it before.
So this facility, Neil, is not about fun.
This is a very serious place, and we take our jobs very seriously, and we're providing a service to the community that, while we're lucky to have this here, it's very warranted and very needed.
I got to ask you, Neil, how many guys actually, macho guys, actually feel nervous or cry when they're thrown in a cell?
It's a high percentage of people.
I believe it.
And it's a place that we don't want anyone to be, but we recognize that we have to have it.
Okay. You know we like to have a little fun in that, but we're also trying to be educational and informative, and we want to let you know just the little time I was in there, in this cell, That's all the time I want to spend in there. It was good when Neil let us out of this place. Wasn't it, Rob?
Most definitely.
All right, so we're going to go where next?
We're going to go look at some of the services that we have to provide for an inmate population of 750 people.
Ooh, 750. Now, is the county jail the biggest employer in the county?
Not in the county, but I would dare say, I don't know the numbers, but it's when you have roughly 350 employees right here in this building, I don't know how many employers there are in Spanish Fork City that have a greater number of employees than that.
Probably Nebo School District.
Probably.
Would have more.
School District. Yep.
So it's right up there.
It's right up there.
I was also the impression that half the people that work here actually are residents of Spanish Fork.
I would say a rough estimate that, yeah, they like the community here. We'll have deputies and civilian staff who change locations to come to Spanish Fork, and they like the proximity, they like the community, they like being here.
It's a great town to live.
Okay, rock and roll, let's go. Okay, guys, as you can tell, we got a little milk carton here. We just had lunch. It was a dandy lunch,
Oh, it was.
wasn't it?
It was really good.
Really good. So the food service down here, Neil, feeds how many?
Today they said they're preparing 2,835 meals.
That includes Meals on Wheels, right?
Meals on Wheels, the county Meals on Wheels program, those meals are prepared right here.
How many employees?
We employ approximately 55 inmates, and we have around 30 per shift that are in here working at any one time.
Now, do they make any money?
They do get paid some money, they do. We give them some money to allow them to buy some commissary items, give them some incentive to come up here. It's a lot of hard work, and they come in at 4 in the morning, get started, and they work a lot of long, hard hours.
How many shifts?
2 shifts,
2 shifts.
and then a cleanup crew.
Oh, wow. So I would think that these guys have got to be on their best behavior to work in the cafeteria.
This is one of the better jobs, and so they have to work their way up. Our facility is behavior-based. So as you exhibit good behavior, you get a better job, and you progress in steps up, and this is one of the better jobs.
Now, I was told by some of the inmates that they try to barter food, like an apple or an orange and that, and if they get caught hiding food, is there a penalty?
There is. It's against jail policy to hold any food over between meals, so that we eliminate the possibility of using food as a means of currency.
Oh.
So it can happen.
I hadn't thought of that. Had you, Bryce?
Nope. But we're trying to compare apples and oranges.
Okay, Neil, where are we going next?
We're going to go into laundry services here.
Let me get out of the way.
Laundry services is a
See ya.
24-hour operation. We each housing unit gets clothing exchanged twice a week, so they get new clothes issued to them that often. Bedding once a week. And because you can imagine with an inmate population of 750 people, how much it takes to keep something like that going. So in this area, we employ the female inmates, and they too get to earn some money toward their commissary items that they wish to purchase. And it takes a lot of money and a lot of time and effort to make sure that these things are clean and sanitary for the inmates who live here.
Well, I noticed that the units are named after ski resorts. Why is that?
Yeah, I've been up on Laundry Hill many times, Goose.
We have designated each housing unit by ski resort and then number. We had to come up with some name, and that seemed like a name that everyone could relate to.
All right, here we go to the laundry room, guys. Now, let's go over here to the females, the ladies.
All right.
I've been told the ladies are very important. Is that right, girls?
Yeah.
And why are the girls important around here?
Wash all the laundry.
Oh, so these women at home that's got maybe 1 or 2 kids, and they think they've got a big load?
They got it easy.
No, they got it easy. So,
They don't wash as much as you do, huh?
And not as gross either.
I like that, and then not as gross. So how many loads a day?
A
About?
lot, non-stop all day. We have a list over here of the units we do every day. Right, like Thursday we do Sun 3, Alpha 1 and 2, Bell 3, and Canyons 3. And the top is just the clothes and the bottom is linen and clothes.
Okay.
You can see here that we have multiple different colored uniforms for the inmates to wear, and that's so that we can segregate them through their housing units, so that when we have an inmate out in the hallway, if he's got a certain color shirt on, then we know where that inmate belongs, and they don't get confused with where they're supposed to be.
You got some of Goose's favorite colors. I'm always seeing him wearing them flamin' colors.
Oh, I love bright colors.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
he does.
Now, I notice that when I'm down here teaching or giving interviews and blessings, they don't mix the inmates.
No.
Why is that?
They're classified by behavior, by type of crime, by a lot of factors, and we determine that this group of individuals will behave best if they're together, and this group the same. So we do everything we can to minimize the exchange between those inmates in those different areas.
Okay, that makes sense. Doesn't it, Bryce?
That's good.
Okay. Hey, we just keep moving here in the facility, and so we're right here now, and what do we do here?
I'm just going to show you an example of a visiting room. All of our visitations take place either through the glass, through a phone like this.
Okay, so the inmate comes down and sits here,
Yes, sir.
okay, and his relative or friend comes here,
Yes.
and they talk here.
Correct.
All right, and how long is a visit?
Visit's generally 30 minutes.
Okay. Now, if somebody gets hurt here, somebody like a Steve Amos, then what?
Well, Sergeant Amos would be taken here to medical. We have a full medical treatment program here where we can attend to the physical needs of the inmates. We have a full dental clinic that comes in almost every day. We have doctors here every day. We have a full nursing staff. We have mental health providers. We take care of all the needs of the inmates medically here right on site.
I think Steve has a toothache. Should we go fix that for him?
Let's go in and take a look.
He got you fired. In hockey, they used to call me the dentist.
Don't let the door close you on the way in. We'll never get out.
Okay.
Let's lock them in there, Rob.
Wow. Well,
This is the backyard.
well, as you can see, guys, there's no pull-up bars.
No, nothing.
Do you have pull-up bars?
No weightlifting or facilities. They're even restricted from using the.
How'd you get to say? The ledges?
They try, but they're not supposed to.
Hey, Bryce, don't most people get shanked when they're out in the yard?
That's what you hear. That's the famous Hollywood thing. Hey, we're going out in the yard. We're going to settle this out in the yard.
What do you think there?
Well, with our direct supervision, the inmates don't feel threatened because there's an inmate right in there with them. So we don't have a problem with shrinks too much. We find them here and there, but it's not like the prison where the deputy or the staff is outside of the housing units. The deputy's right there, can respond, they feel safer, they don't feel the need to have their own shanks.
And I was thinking, Bryce, earlier, when we were in that cell, Rob and I, that this would feel good to come out and get some air.
Oh yeah, it's great. A little cold in the winter, a little hot in the summer.
Let's go in and take a look at this nice chapel.
Very good. Well, how about that? It's even got pews. Wow. That's great.
You've got pews, it's got a whiteboard for teaching, it's got a TV when there needs to be a video played, then a nice little pulpit here if guys need to use a pulpit. I don't like pulpits, I like to be right out here amongst the guys.
I think they'd probably prefer you stand behind the pulpit.
Why's that?
I don't have to even ask my audience. They know that.
I knew.
You knew why I said that.
So, yeah, it's not just a warehouse down here, guys, is it, Steve?
No, not a bit.
Is this non-denominational?
It is, yeah, non-denominational, but in the LDS community, there's a little stronger here, but all the denominations are welcome and they utilize it as well.
Wow, this is as reverent as I've ever seen these two guys. Oh, we have the chaplain here, Goose. Why don't you give him an interview?
All righty, I will. And you're who?
Chaplain Richard Green.
Welcome to Goose in the Wild.
Oh, Goose in the Wild, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds dangerous, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It's more dangerous than it sounds.
Can you fill our viewers in on this reentry program?
Yes, I've been here now about 7.5 years, and one of the things that I began to notice is that I would see people coming in and out that just previously said, you know, Chaplain, I don't want to come back here. And so when I would ask them, why are you back here? They would say, but I didn't have a place to live. I didn't have any safe place to live. So I just warmed the streets and couch hopped the best I could. And finally I got busted again, so I'm back. And so I began to search out, find places that we could get some money to pay rent. And then we placed them into a home, into an apartment primarily. And that is for a year. They have to pay $5 a month or 30% of their income, whichever is greater. So the $5 a month gets them into the process, because the first 30 days, first 60 days, they're looking for work. We assist them in voc rehab and going to get work. And we also then assist them with drug treatment. As part of the reentry program, we've been able to get funding to provide drug treatment programs. So in a sense, we're providing a safe place to be, and then we provide mentors to be with them. Right now, we're depending upon the LDS Church to give people a 3-day voucher for a motel. Well, I don't know about you, Goose, but I'll tell you what. Can you find a job and can you find an apartment in 3 days?
In today's economy, I'd say it'd be pretty tough.
Okay, well, that's what we're asking these people to do. And I'm not in any way minimizing what the LDS Church is trying to do.
Right.
They're doing all they can, and I understand that. But to me, it just makes more sense to maybe channel some money in a different way and utilize that and build some kind of resource that's more long-lasting.
I remember the one inmate I talked to a few weeks ago. He said he was getting out on Monday, and he hoped his parents let him back in the house for a few days till he got his feet on the ground. I says, and if they don't, he says, I'll be homeless and back on the street.
That's right.
And then he says, then I'll have to go to the store and steal a loaf of bread, and then I'm back in here.
That's exactly.
It's a vicious circle.
Yes, that's exactly right. And so in Salt Lake County, we have 5 transition housing complexes, some as big as 200 or 300 units. Utah County, we have none.
None.
0.
So, if you can help out the chaplain, we'd really appreciate it, won't we?
Oh, yes. Yes.
All right, guys, we're over here at the jail garden, right?
Yes, it is.
And you're who?
I'm Sergeant Murphy. I'm the director of the Jail Industries Program. Our garden is, we produced about 100,000 pounds of vegetables last year. Those vegetables went to the bulk of it to the Food and Care Coalition, also into our jail to cut the costs of providing meals for our inmates. There's also a program that we run with senior citizens where they come and get free produce. They also put produce on the Meals on Wheels trays when they send them out to senior citizens. But about 100,000 pounds worth of vegetables last year that we produced out here. Everything from corn, carrots, potatoes, tomatoes. We're finishing it up right now. Just the last little bit, we've got some radishes, some beets.
Ooh, beets. What do you think about that, Goose?
Beets?
Yeah.
Ooh, I love my wife's pickled beets.
Oh, okay.
You like pickled beets?
Love them. I love them. Used to make them. So, but yeah, we're just about finished for this year. We have 2 different kinds of inmates. There's that inmate who's a criminal and always will be a criminal, and then there's that that inmate who made a mistake and has a chance to make it right. They come out here, they work hard, they know this food is being sent to the poor. When they get out of here, they feel like they've given something back, and we call it our Zen garden. We come out here when we need a little peace, and the inmates will be out in the field and kind of contemplating where they're at and how they got here and what they can do to change that.
Boy, you probably are thinking, I didn't even know the garden was this huge back here. I didn't. Did you, Bryce?
Didn't even know they had a garden.
So there you go.
Would have come and got my pumpkins here, you know that.
Remember, you ain't stealing them.
No. If you steal pumpkins, where do you end up?
Where do you end up?
In our jail.
Wow.
And then you're growing them.
Ain't that something? Hey, we want to thank Sergeant Murphy.
Yes.
Appreciate you for being on our show.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, guys. We're in one of the units here. What unit's this, Brad?
Son 3.
Oh, Son 3. And
Is that short for Sundance?
that's short for Sundance. And our guest right now is Brad Grover. Welcome to our show, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
We've got about 4 inmates in here in Sundance 3 here. And we've got 4 inmates here. Get them taken care of, then we'll go over to Sundance 2, Sundance 3.
Now, why doesn't everybody get their hair cut from you?
Probably because they know better. Well, a lot of them probably would like to get their haircuts, but they're only allowed so many haircuts a month, or I should say, 1 a month.
1 a month? Okay. How much money do the inmates have to spend?
Their families bring in money and it's put on their books, and they're able to order commissary once a week. Haircuts are one of the things they can order.
Do you know how much? Is it very much?
It's not a lot, but I've seen some inmates with a couple thousand, others with never have a penny.
Oh, wow. Bryce, which one would you be?
Have to ask. We're taking donations, though.
Yeah, donations for Bryce.
Yeah.
Because his folks won't give him any money.
A lot of these guys in here, though, are pretty good, pretty decent people. I've been cutting hair here for 9, almost 10 years now. And I've never had a problem with any of them in the time I've been here.
So you're not afraid to come to the jail?
Oh, no. And they're not a problem. They're just kids that have actually made wrong choices. But a good share of them are good kids.
Okay.
Would I have them in my home, Would I invite them for dinner? Absolutely.
All right.
But they're just kids that made some wrong choices in their lives, and kind of a sign of repentance, you might say. And this is probably their first step.
Beautiful. As long as I'm here, can I get a cut?
Let's look and see what we've got to cut.
Okay, let's see. All right, buddy.
Oh, yeah, you're just the kind of person I like to see.
Why is that?
Well, easy money.
Easy money. I like that.
Hey, Goose, how do you like it parted?
Pardon?
How do you part it?
I like to go
A wide part?
wide part. Yeah. Okay, guys, we want to close our show, and I want to give Neil the last word. What do you want to tell our viewers?
I want everyone out there in the Spanish Fork community to understand what the jail's all about. The fact that we have inmates here who are our friends, our neighbors, our family, people in the community who've made mistakes in their lives, and we have staff here capable of taking care of them. We run a secure facility here. We're fortunate to have a facility like this here in Utah County and in this community. The people that work here genuinely care. We have a great number of staff that live here in the Spanish Fork community, and that the more you understand about what we do here, I think the more comfortable you are, and that we're fortunate to have a facility such as this here in Spanish Fork.
Absolutely. You agree, Goose?
I lost him.
Oh, he was just standing there. Wow. I'm not going to go looking for him. Let's ask. Did you see where he went?
Oh, he's not going anywhere. This is a secure facility.
I like that answer. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get out, man.
Hey, she's the one that will decide whether or not you're getting out. I think you got 90 more days.
Hey, you know how we close our show? Have a great day. Oh, wow.
Better ask her the pretty please.
Oh, can I, pretty please, will you open the door? Oh.
How about that?
Freedom.
From the School of the Gifted. Push.
Hey, look at that, Goose.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's nice to be outdoors again.
Oh, it is.
Look at this.
I will.
Wow. Wow, what a beautiful day, guys. And you know how we close our show. Rob, how do we close the show, man?
We love you. We truly do.
And you know what? We just don't say that because it's a cheesy saying. We actually mean it. So if there's anybody in our viewing audience that needs a little warm fuzzy today, hopefully this will give you a little warm fuzzy. We love you, we truly do, and that goes for the inmates and all the staff that work here too. Have a great day. And our next show is going to be on the SWAT team and their new armored vehicle. Have a great day.